a podcast that's highlighting all the amazing things happening in our community. Alyssa is the host of Hometown Heroes, and she's here to share more. Welcome.
Yeah, thanks for being
Good morning.
here.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Why did you want to start this podcast, Hometown Heroes?
So I actually went to do a podcast for my boutique, Whimsically Wakely, and my boutique does a lot of fundraisers for a lot of organizations. And when I went to the Bridge in Northwest Arkansas, a podcast station, my producer Adam was interested in hearing about all the fundraisers, and we talked about it. And he said, "Have you ever thought about doing something called Hometown Heroes?" And I was like, "No." He said, "I think you should." He said, "We know a lot of people who do amazing things for the community."
Sure.
And I love doing fundraising and doing anything I can to help people give back to the community. So I said yes.
Yeah.
So we started in January, and it is March now. We've had several guests on,
Okay.
and we have a whole 3 months scheduled out of these amazing people doing good.
Yeah,
Sure.
that's
And I'm so
sure.
excited.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
that's great.
Who are some of the people or even organizations that you've been able to talk to so far?
So we've had Pathfinder on,
Mhm.
and we've had The Call in Crawford and Sebastian County, foster and adoption, and we've had Almost Home Shelter. We've had, who are some other people? We've had several on. And the
I know
list
it's
just
like a
keeps,
lot. You're
I
right.
know, and the list keeps growing, but I'm so excited for that.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a lot going on. Are there any stories that have stood out to you so far with these nonprofits and people that you've been able to visit with?
Honestly, every single person or organization that comes on just blows my mind, because part of what they're doing, they're not doing it for a reason, like to get themselves out there. They're not doing it for money. They're literally doing it out of the goodness of their hearts. And that's my favorite thing about the show, and that's what I want to highlight.
Yes.
So all of them have been amazing, honestly.
Yeah.
Sure. And I'm sure that doing something like a podcast, consistency is of top of mind, because you've got to
Absolutely.
keep it going some way. Let's say there's some people watching right now, maybe they're a part of a nonprofit, or they think they have a story to tell and they're a hometown hero. How can they
I would
reach
love
out to
that.
you and maybe schedule some time?
Absolutely. So you can get a hold of me from the Bridge Facebook page, which is the Bridge of Northwest Arkansas. You can email me at alyssa@nwathebridge.com, or you can get a hold of me on my Facebook, and it's also on the Hometown Heroes Facebook page.
That's great.
Okay,
Is there
that's
anything specifically that you're looking for that maybe people are like, hey, I think I'd be a good
Yeah.
guest because I've done X, Y, or Z?
Yes. So if you are doing anything for the community and it's kind of like your daily way of life, this is something that you do all the time, or if you know people who are doing things out of the goodness of their heart and maybe don't always get recognition, I want them on, because
Yeah.
I think they deserve to be recognized, and
Yeah.
we definitely need some more good in the world.
Yeah, absolutely. What about any advice for people who may be wanting to start up a podcast themselves, but
I
they
can
may
help
not
you.
know kind of what that looks like or even where to start? What would you say?
So if you are on my Hometown Heroes Facebook page, it also directly links you to the Bridge of Northwest Arkansas, which is the podcast station that does Hometown Heroes. And we can help you with that. It's kind of fun. You don't realize all the work that goes into it until you do it, for sure. But we make it fun and we make it easy, and we could definitely help you out with that. And if you wanted to start a podcast about your organization or the good that you're doing, I would love to help you with that also.
Yeah, I host a podcast as well, and I like to tell people, really, I feel more relaxed doing a podcast.
Yes.
Because TV just presents a little bit different, because people feel like you have to
Absolutely.
dress a certain way or look a certain way, and so it's a lot more relaxed in a podcast because nobody can see you.
Right.
Unless you're recording, because sometimes people do, but
Yes.
it seems
Yeah, for
just
sure.
a little bit more
We do
relaxed.
audio and video,
Yeah.
but we're sitting on a couch, we're talking, having a conversation, and so a lot of people get intimidated at first, but once you're there,
Yeah.
it's so easy.
Yeah.
And
Thanks
we're
for
really
joining
good to help you with that, so
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Thank you for joining us.
Yes,
filling
thanks
us
so
in.
much.
Great
thank you
pod-
so much for
Hometown
having us.
Heroes. That's the
Hometown
name of the
Heroes.
podcast.